Are you adventurous enough to consider an innovative new model of church growth? Well, stay tuned because I'm going to lay out for you a social media strategy that we used at my church that brought in 426 Plan Your Visit families in only 3 months. I know it sounds crazy. That actually happened. 426 Plan Your Visits in only 3 months. And I'm going to lay out for you exactly what we did in this video. So let's dive into how to market your church coming up. Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Chris Abbott, but all my friends just call me Abbo. And if you're new to the channel, this channel exists to help pastors and church leaders be more effective in social media and their marketing efforts. And what we're going to do in this video specifically is I'm going to lay out for you the social media marketing strategy that I used at my church that brought in hundreds of Plan Your Visits in only a 3-month period. And we've been using this strategy for years. And I've actually helped churches all over the country use this exact same strategy as well. So we're going to dive in, kind of break that down for you guys here today so you can use it at your church. And make sure you stick around to the end because I'm going to show you the #1 mistake that most churches make whenever they're trying this strategy so that you can avoid it at your church. Okay, now Luke 14:23 says to go out to the highways and hedges and compel them to come in that my house may be full. Right? I love this scripture, and I think one of the best ways to compel people to come in is with targeted Facebook ads. We've been doing this in my church for years, and I've helped churches all over North America do the exact same thing. But there's a lot of things that you can do right, and there's a lot of things that you can do wrong, right? It's really easy to make some common mistakes. Okay, so let's talk about a simple 4-part blueprint that you can use at your church, and then we'll talk about how this works, why this works, and some of the best practices you can do in order to accelerate your results. So the first thing you want to do is you want to create a Facebook ad, and you want to send as many people as possible who live within driving distance of the church from your Facebook ad to a custom landing page on your website. Then you want to invite those people to plan a visit, and then after they show up on Sunday, you want to plug them into a follow-up system. Okay, so it's going to go Facebook ads to a landing page where they can plan a visit and then plug them into a follow-up system. That's the simple 4-part blueprint. This is a very simple social media marketing strategy, right? But essentially, this is basically Moneyball for churches, right? So I've had a ton of churches say, hey, Abbo, I started doing this, and I've already had 55 clicks to my landing page and nobody's planned a visit yet. Well, that's because on average, it normally takes about 200 clicks to your landing page in order to get a Plan Your Visit. Now, some churches might be a little bit less, some churches a little bit more, but the average from doing this at over 1,000 churches is about 200 clicks. So you know that every time you run a Facebook ad and send people to your landing page, it's going to take about 200 people going to that page before you get a Plan Your Visit, right? Now, it might be as much as 300, but if you get to 400 clicks to your website and you still don't have a Plan Your Visit, now the problem isn't your Facebook ad, the problem is actually your landing page. Whenever churches come to me and they ask me about this and they explain the problem they have, I know it's always one of these 4 things, right? So here's what it looks like. So your cost per click should always be under $1 per click, preferably under 50 cents per click, and I like for mine to at least be somewhere in the 30s or below. If you're under 30 cents per click, you're crushing it, don't touch a thing, right? So whenever a church says, hey, Abbo, I'm trying this, but it's not working, what I do is the first thing I take a look at is I say, okay, man, what's your cost per click, right? They tell me, hey, it's $1.50 per click. I say, perfect. The problem is your ad. Your ad isn't making an emotional connection with people, right? It's not connecting with your audience. Maybe you over-targeted, right? But the problem is your ad, so we need to fix that. But if they say, hey, man, I'm coming in at 28 cents a click. I say, okay, great. The problem's not the ad. The ad's working really, really well. How many clicks have you had to your landing page? Say, okay, I've had 500 clicks to my landing page and no Plan Your Visits. Great. I know the problem is the landing page. So now we need to tweak the landing page in order to get the landing page to convert more, right? Because at that point, 500 clicks, they should have already had 2 or 3 Plan Your Visits at that point. Now, what if they have a really good cost per click, right? Maybe they've got 28 cents per click. They're getting Plan Your Visits, but the Plan Your Visits aren't showing up. Well, I know that the problem is their Plan Your Visit communication, right? So every single time someone plans a visit, you need to call them within 15 minutes. If you don't, what happens is people start to wonder and just say, man, I signed up for that Plan Your Visit thing. I thought I kind of scheduled an appointment to church, but I haven't heard anything. Like, man, did they get that? Is anybody checking the inbox here? Are they shoot, man, did they look me up on social media and maybe they think that my life isn't cleaned up enough to come to church, right? So they start experiencing rejection and then they don't show up on Sunday. So if that's what's happening in your church, you're actually getting Plan Your Visits, but they're not showing up, you just simply need to change your Plan Your Visit communication. You need to call them within 15 minutes, introduce yourself, right? Just let them know that you just want to answer any questions they might have about the church when they show up. And then just simply send them a reminder text Saturday night, right? Sometimes Saturday afternoon or early Saturday evening, just send them a reminder text and make sure that it's personal, right? So you might just say like, hey, John, this is Pastor Chris. Just wanted to let you know, super excited about meeting you in the morning. Man, try to get here about 15 minutes early. I'd love to get you a cup of coffee and hear a little bit about your story. That type of a text is going to remind them that, oh yeah, I've got church tomorrow. I signed up for that plan your visit thing and the pastor's waiting for me, right? So you're going to immediately increase the amount of plan your visit show-ups simply by calling them within 15 minutes and then sending them a reminder text on Saturday evening. Okay, so before I get to my last couple of points, I want to hear from you. Have you tried to use this framework before? Have you tried using Facebook ads, landing page, plan your visit, right? Did it work? Did it not work? I want to hear from you. Post it in the comments below. And if you have any questions, put them down there. I promise to answer every single one. All right, so next up, if your cost per click is on point and your Facebook ads working, you're getting plan your visits, right? And now they're actually showing up, but they're not coming back again. Now we know the problem is your follow-up system, right? So it's always one of those four things. We call this a funnel audible, right? If the cost per click is high, the problem is your Facebook ad. If you have a good cost per click, but nobody's signing up for plan your visit, the problem is your landing page. If people are signing up for plan your visit, but they're not showing up, the problem is your pre-service plan your visit communication. And if they're showing up to Sunday morning, but they're not coming back again, the problem is your follow-up system. It's always one of these four things. Now, here's the deal. This entire thing that we actually call the plan your visit model. So this entire 4-part framework that we actually call the plan your visit model is simply Moneyball for churches. So if you've ever seen the movie Moneyball with Brad Pitt, right? Really simple ideas. Basically just they figured out mathematically how to win baseball games simply by reducing everything down to getting people on base. Right, so this is a really simple idea, and it's actually all throughout baseball now, but it's really revolutionary when they first came out with it, right? So Moneyball is basically this. All you're trying to do is get as many people on base as possible. That's the only thing you focus on, getting people on base. Because the more people on base that you have, the better chance you have to score runs. The more runs you score, the better chance you have to win games, and the more games you win, the better chance you have to win the World Series. Right? Pretty simple, but it all comes down to getting people on base. So they would trade away all-stars and future all-stars and amazing players for guys that looked like they were has-beens and hadn't done a whole lot of stuff just because those guys got on base more than the all-stars did. Right? And immediately when they went all in on the strategy, things just took off, right? So the strategy that we're talking about with this plan your visit model is simply Moneyball for churches. The same way that they brought everything down to one thing, and that was getting people on base, we are doing the same thing with this system. All we're focusing on is link clicks. So link clicks is like getting people on base, right? The more link clicks we have to our landing page, the better chance we have to get plan your visits. The more plan your visits we have, the better chance we have to flood our church with new visitors. And the more new visitors we have, the better chance we have to achieve healthy, sustainable church growth and fulfill the Great Commission. That's exactly what we're looking for. We can break everything down to link clicks. So if you really want to go all in on the strategy, you just need to become a student and become a little bit obsessed with creating Facebook ads that make an emotional connection with people and have the lowest cost per click imaginable. Because then your link clicks are just going to go like this. So everything comes down to link clicks. We want to send as many people as possible from Facebook to our plan your visit page so they can plan a visit and then show up on Sunday. All right, so I promise that if you guys stuck around to the end after we kind of explained the plan your visit model and how this works, that I would share with you the number one mistake that I see churches make every single time they start out using this model. And here it is. Targeting. Whenever churches go out and they start creating Facebook ads, the number one mistake that they make is they tend to over-target. And this is really easy to do, right? You go into the back of Facebook and you start putting together their targeting, and it's cool because you can start creating an audience that looks exactly the way you want to. So I've seen churches who are specifically looking to reach young families with kids, and they'll go in and they say, oh, perfect. We're going to target everyone who lives within 2 miles of the church, who's between the ages of 33 and 35, who have kids between the ages of 4 and 12, and who love all of our local sports teams, who love orange juice, who love pizza, and they hate the Dallas Cowboys, and they hate SpongeBob. So they go out and they start targeting everybody who lives within 2 miles of the church, who is between the ages of 33 and 35, who have kids between the ages of 4 and 6, who go to the local elementary schools, and they love the local sports teams, and they prefer Coke over Pepsi, right? And all these like little things. But what happens is that shrinks your audience size really, really small. You don't want to do Facebook's job for them, right? This is why the algorithm exists. So you actually want to let Facebook's algorithm do all of the heavy lifting for you. So when you target, just simply drop a pin on your location, and then you want to target everyone within driving distance of your church. Again, that's probably 10 to 15 miles, right? Depending on how big your city is. And then you simply want to leave the targeting wide open, right? Target everyone who lives in that area between the ages of 18 and 65 plus, and then let Facebook's algorithm do all the heavy lifting for you, and they will start determining who's clicking on the ad, who it's resonating with, who's going to your landing page, and then they'll start showing it to more people for less money. All right, so if you like this video and you found it valuable and you'd like to learn a little bit more about how to use Facebook ads in order to grow your church, well, I've got a free gift for you. Head on over to churchgrowthagency.com, or you can click on the link in the description below. We've got a free video walking you through a ministry-based version of the Plan Your Visit model that you can use that actually leads with ministry instead of marketing. So head on over to churchgrowthagency.com. We'll see you soon.